Maya, I've got a business update for you. This time it's about your biggest client. They've terminated their contract with you. What? What are you talking about? What do you mean, what do I mean? This is all because of your incompetence. That was our company's biggest account. Do you plan on taking responsibility for this? I'm really sorry, Miss Howard. I've been handling that account myself this whole time. They've never once told me there was a problem or mentioned any sort of issue before. They've done nothing but say how happy they are that things are going well with us. So, why would they up and terminate our contract like that? About that. I'm going to be nice and not tell you the reason they did it. What? If you don't tell me why, I won't know what I did wrong. And if they wanted to terminate their contract with us, why did they contact you instead of me? I'm the one who's been dealing with them this whole time. That's not the point. You're overthinking it. They don't trust you. That's why they called me. Huh? I don't know what else you want me to tell you. They're a big client. If you don't pay attention to the little details with an account like that, what do you think is going to happen? Look, I didn't want to tell you, but maybe it's best if you know. It's because you've got that strange sickness. Strange sickness? What was it? Bowel cancer? No, it's called ulcerative colitis. Yeah, that. You should have been taking better care of yourself. My medical problem has nothing to do with me not taking good care of myself. It's hereditary. It runs in my family. And anyway, don't you think we're getting off topic here? What does my sickness have to do with me losing that client? Because you're defective and therefore they don't trust our company. What? You're not reliable. Your condition could flare up at any minute and you could miss an important meeting or something. They think it's too risky for them to do business with you. If that's really how they feel, then why don't they just sign with someone else in my department? Why would they quit working with our company altogether? I don't know, but there's nothing we can do about it now. They've already said they're terminating their contract with us. There's no point in trying to change their mind now. This is all your fault, don't you think? If my sickness is really the cause of all of this, I'm terribly sorry. I guess I shouldn't have mentioned anything about my personal life to them. Hey, this isn't an issue that can be solved with a simple apology. You need to understand how this is going to impact the company as a whole. And you're going to have to take responsibility for this. Okay. It's not okay. What are you going to do about it? I'll recover from this. I'll make it up to the company. I'll work even harder than before, and I'll get us some great accounts. That's not what I mean. I want you to understand what kind of burden this sickness of yours is putting on our company. I need you to keep your mouth shut about this, too, and be very careful about what you do from now on. Otherwise, you're going to be demoted all the way down to break room cleaning staff. If you don't want that to happen, your only other option will be trying to sleep with this boss. You're completely useless. Oh, so now you're not even reading my messages? You're just going to ignore me, huh? You screw up at work, and now you're going to start ignoring your manager? If you think that's the way to get ahead in this company, you really are stupid, aren't you? How about you just make it easy for us all and quit? Good morning, Miss Howard. I'm at work right now, so I can't answer the phone. Do you need something? Shouldn't you already be at work right now? What's going on? Hey! Quit screwing around with me. Why did you get the owner of this company involved in this? Whatever could you mean? Don't play dumb with me. On my way into the office today, the owner was standing outside waiting for me. He told me never to step foot in his building again. He was pissed. Oh, yeah. The owner is known for his passion regarding his company, isn't he? That's probably how he managed to build it up to the level it's at today. I don't care about that! I want to know what you did that led to this. What did you do? I didn't do anything. I just went to that client's office first thing in the morning to apologize. Huh? If I was really the reason they didn't want to work with us anymore, it would only make sense that I go there, apologize, and try to get them to rethink their decision and maybe go with another member from our office to handle their account. That account didn't just mean a lot to me. It meant a lot to the growth of our entire company. Huh? You went and spoke to the client directly? Yeah. I almost got down on my knees and begged the receptionist to let me meet with the client. But luckily, before it went that far, the person in charge came out to meet with me. He explained the entire situation to me. Ms. Howard, he told me you were trying to steal the account away from me. Mr. Dumont said you waited outside their office building for him, and you basically forced him to have dinner with you. He said you did nothing but badmouth me the entire time, and talk about how much better you were at your job than I was. Aren't you embarrassed to stoop that low? Even worse than that, he said that after dinner, you tried to get him to go to a hotel with you. I don't know if he had had enough of you already, or if the thought of doing that with you disgusted him. But he said he never went with you to the hotel. He said he just wanted you to leave him alone. So he started telling you that he'd terminate the contract he had with me and sign with you later instead. But he told me that he never planned on actually doing it. And even after you told me he had, he really hadn't. He wanted to pin the whole loss of the account on me, and then swoop in and save the day by getting them to sign with you a few days later. To say you're horrible would be an understatement. I told your boss everything you had done, and the client confirmed it when he called to verify my story. But it sounds like that news has made its way all the way up to the owner already, huh? You little... You went too far this time. I won't let you get away with this. I'll make you regret what you did to me. You'd better get ready. Oh, do whatever you want. Just don't cause any more trouble for our company, okay? You should be happy the only thing they did to you was fire you. Maya, it's been a while. Are you free to talk right now? I have some news for you. What is it? I just wanted to tell you. I got married. Oh, is that it? Congrats. I've never been happier in my life. I caused so much trouble for you before, so I just thought you'd want to know. And I really wanted to apologize to you too. Oh. If you're talking about that account, don't worry about it. No, not that. That's not what I wanted to apologize about. I wanted to apologize for stealing your fiancé. My fiancé? What do you mean, my fiancé? Who are you talking about? I don't have a fiancé. I mean, I'm already married. I have a husband. Huh? What? Huh? No, no, no. Is this some kind of joke? No, I'm not joking about anything. I'm married. I have a husband. That means I don't have a fiancé. Oh! So what you're saying is your fiancé already called you and told you he's not gonna marry you, right? That's why you're just saying you're married, right? Because if you admit that he dumped you, you'll just break down and start crying, huh? I think you're mistaking me with someone else. I'm not mistaking anything. The other day, when I got fired from work, I was sitting outside the office on a bench crying, and this handsome guy came up and started talking to me. He asked me what was wrong. And why do you think that guy is my fiancé? Because he told me he was. He said he came to drop off something his fiancé had forgotten, but he couldn't just ignore such a beautiful woman crying outside alone. So he took me to a coffee shop and we started talking. That's how I found out he was your fiancé. He said I was so beautiful and that he had never felt this way about another woman before. After that, things started moving so fast. We spent the entire day together, and then we even spent the night together. That's when we started talking about getting married. Sounds like a scam to me. Huh? A marriage scam. What? No way. What are you talking about? He's not trying to get a green card or anything. He's American. Miss Howard, I think you were so caught up in trying to get revenge on me that it clouded your judgment. It's a marriage scam. I don't mean he's trying to get citizenship. I mean he's trying to steal money from you. He probably told you he needed money to get the wedding ready really quickly, right? And that he'd pay you back everything later, right? Well, yeah, but weddings cost money. That's not a lie. And he said he didn't want to elope, so we're having a small ceremony. Even a small wedding would cost a decent amount of money. He'd have to rent a hall and a tux and lots of things, right? I don't think you're ever gonna see that money again. My friend told me about this kind of scam. Handsome men target desperate women, either through dating apps or chats. In this case, crying women on the street. These guys can make thousands of dollars in just one day if they find a woman desperate and gullible enough. And it sounds like this guy did. No, no, no. You're just upset that I stole your fiancé and you're trying to scare me. Just admit it. I won and you lost. I told you, I'm married. My husband is with me right now. How could you not know I'm married? We worked in the same department for a while. Do you want me to send you a picture of my husband? Or do you want to talk to him? Like I said, he's right here. Quit screwing around with me. None of this is possible. How could you have a husband with your medical condition? Who would marry you? Well, for starters, I've known my husband since high school. We were friends long before I was diagnosed with this. In fact, he proposed to me after we found out I was sick. He said he didn't care if I was sick. He just wanted to be with me. So we got married. And what does my sickness have to do with not being able to get married? And if you didn't think anyone would marry me because of my sickness, why did you believe that guy who scammed you was my fiancé? A fiancé is a person who's going to marry you, isn't it? Wait, you're right. That's... Huh? So, that guy wasn't really your fiancé? That's what I've been telling you from the start. Oh my God! I just called him. I can't get through to him. What should I do? That's too bad, huh? Why are you acting like this isn't a big deal? This is your fault. I'm holding you responsible for this. Huh? You tried to steal that account from me at work, and you failed. Then you tried to steal a fake fiancé from me, and that backfired on you too. Explain to me how I'm responsible for any of this? Don't get smart with me! Give me my $5,000 back! You gave him that much? I'm not giving you a cent. You keep talking about responsibility. How about you take responsibility for your own actions for a change? Okay, I get it. I'll apologize. I apologize for everything I've done to you so far. So please, just give me my money back. Okay? I got fired from my job, and that guy took everything I had saved up. I've got nothing. Well, you could always try moving back in with your parents. Then maybe try looking for another job. Whatever you decide to do, I don't feel that I have any reason to help you. Don't say something like that! Maya, please! It's okay. I think I know of one thing you can do. From what I hear about you, you're probably really good at it too. You can try sleeping with the boss. After that, for a short while, Miss Howard would wait outside the office building for me to show up. And when I did, she would just yell at me and say terrible things. But as soon as the owner heard about what she was doing, he knew something like this would look bad for his business. So, he called the police and threatened to charge her with everything from trespassing to disturbing the peace. When the police came, she still refused to leave, thinking she had every right to be there. Then, when they placed the cuffs on her, she knew she had screwed up yet again. She immediately stopped talking and just started crying her eyes out. After that, she became remarkably cooperative with the police. I think even now, she's still waiting for the perfect time to get her revenge on me. I even heard that she tried applying for a job at our rival company's office. It doesn't look like she's learned anything from any of this. It won't matter for much longer anyway. Last month, I found out I was pregnant. After talking to my husband about it for a while, I think I'm going to be resigning soon, so I can stay home and raise my child. So I really don't care if Miss Howard gets that job with our rival company or not. I've got a good feeling that our paths will never cross again.
I just finished work, Alice. I'm coming home now. How you feeling? Did you go to the hospital?
Thanks for asking, John. I think I feel a bit better than this morning, but I've got a headache again this evening.
Right. You still don't seem to be recovered. Are you okay?
Feeling a little rough, but not too bad. My doctor saw me and gave me some medicine, so hopefully I'll feel better after this.
Just try to get some rest.
Thanks. I'm sorry I can't help out much with the housework.
Don't you worry. It hasn't been too long since the birth. Why don't you take a break for a bit?
But there's housework to keep on top of, so I don't want to be too idle. I need to take care of Sophie, too.
If it gets too much, my parents will take care of Sophie. Alice, I can do the housework after I come home from work, so you can just sleep as much as you need.
Are you sure, John? Oh, I feel guilty.
You don't need to feel guilty. It's the job of both parents to take care of the child. Your body's weakened from the childbirth. You should focus on recovering. I'll make sure I get home early and help you out.
Thank you. I'm so glad I married you, John.
Alice, this is nothing. I just want to make sure you and Sophie are okay.
You love Sophie so much, don't you?
But she's so cute. Butter wouldn't melt in her mouth.
See, I told you. Sophie is very lucky. Her dad treats her so well.
Really? Isn't this normal?
I don't think many parents would do this much. You have work, too.
On that note, after we get through this busy period at work, I might be able to get paternity leave.
Really? Didn't you say they wanted you to delay it because they needed more people?
The 2 new people who started 2 months ago are very good. I think they'll be fine without me. I asked Ewan, and he said I should be able to take the time off.
That's great. I'll be very happy. It'll be so nice to have you around the house.
Right? We'll get through this busy period soon. So you only have to wait a little longer.
I'm looking forward to it. We'll have a great time together. John, I'm sorry. I need you to do something for me.
What's wrong, Alice? You sound serious. Something happened?
I've been feeling nauseous from this morning. So I went to the hospital.
Oh no, are you okay? Is this food poisoning or something?
No. They examined me and found a brain tumor. I have 1 year to live.
What? You can't be serious.
I wouldn't joke about something like this.
Well, but isn't it all a bit too sudden? You've been going to the hospital all these times, but they're only noticing this now?
I'll tell you the details when you come home, John. But I just thought I was feeling unwell because of the childbirth. So the doctor didn't run any brain scans until now. Nobody thought that I'd have cancer at such a late stage.
Oh, is that how this works?
What's with that reaction? Are you saying that I'm lying? I was told I don't have much time. I even have the diagnosis papers. Why don't you believe me?
I'm sorry, I'm not accusing you, Alice. I'm just having a tough time coming to terms with this because it's so sudden.
I'm the one who's really struggling. I thought after giving birth to Sophie we could have a happy life together. But I won't be able to see her grow up. This couldn't be any worse.
You're right. You're the one that's really going through the most. I'm sorry I said something so insensitive. What should I do from now? What can I do to help you, Alice?
I thought about it. About what I can do for my family. So that's why I said, there's something I want you to do for me.
What is it? I'll do anything, Alice.
I want to get a divorce.
Huh? Divorce? Why?
I think my body is just going to wither away from now on. I don't want you to see me get weaker and weaker. I want you to remember the healthy me, John.
No, I can't do that to you. Let me support you, Alice.
You've got Sophie to take care of, John. You shouldn't be wasting time on me.
What are you saying? I'll look after both you and Sophie. My parents will take care of Sophie sometimes.
I don't want to cause trouble for everyone. Please, forget about me and enjoy the next stage of your life. I'm sure you won't have any trouble finding a lovely new wife, John. Please?
Don't just decide all this on your own. I can't leave you while you're ill, and I can't get remarried so quickly. Of course I can't just throw you away like that.
Please. It's my dying wish to you. Please think of this like what I left to you in my will.
I can't. Even if that's what you want, Alice, I can't agree to this.
I'm sorry to be so selfish. I only had a short time with her, but I was so glad to have Sophie. I know you don't want this, John, but my mind is decided. I'll move out of our house soon, Just take good care of Sophie. I just got to the airport now. This is the last time I'll contact you. I'm sorry. I just think you'll be happier without me.
Yep, thanks for everything.
What's so funny? I had to make a very difficult decision. Why are you being so horrible?
Sorry. I just couldn't hold it in anymore. You're so bad at acting.
Acting? What are you talking about?
The cancer is a lie, isn't it? I checked.
What do you mean? Why would I lie about that? And I showed you the diagnosis papers. That's pretty solid evidence.
Well, the terminal illness in itself wasn't so unbelievable. Sometimes life throws you curveballs. But it's what you said after that. It was just unnatural. I found what you said suspicious, so I investigated.
Investigated? How?
My coworker's wife happens to work at that hospital as a nurse. I got her to check the diagnosis. But there was nothing on your records to say you were terminally ill. So the papers you showed me must have been forged.
How could they have been? It's what my doctor gave me.
Yeah, that doctor of yours is pretty suspicious too.
What's so suspicious about him?
So that's why I researched him too. I found out about him from my coworker's wife and her networks in the hospital.
What? You went sniffing around him so much? How embarrassing.
You're the embarrassing one.
What are you talking about?
You don't know, do you? There's a rumor among the nurses that you and your doctor are having an affair.
What?
When he's examining you, it always takes a long time. Plus, you're often alone together in his room. One nurse even saw you and him together outside of the hospital.
Oh, but that's just a rumor. That's just a misunderstanding. Oh, that's why I hate gossipers.
Well, I thought you would deny it. I've actually checked your phone secretly. There were loads of evidence from texts to photos with you and your affair partner. I've also been having a private investigator checking you from a while back.
A detective? What is this? A soap opera? What, are you serious? You were doing all this behind my back?
Hey, don't bash the PI. She's very professional and good at her job. 2 days ago, you went with that doctor to a hotel, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have photos for proof. You realize you can't just talk your way out of this anymore, right?
No, you're wrong. I'm not lying.
If you were going to lie, you should have made a more convincing one. A terminal illness out of the blue, followed immediately by a request for a divorce? It was all moving way too fast.
But
I'm going to ask you once. Try not to lie to me this time. How long have you been involved in this way with the doctor? Tell me.
we met 2 years ago.
And?
I thought he was a great guy, so I made him my regular doctor. After I kept seeing him as my doctor, I started to have feelings for him. But around that time, I got pregnant with Sophie. So I thought of a way to push the baby onto you and get married to the doctor.
So that's why you faked having cancer? Don't you feel guilty for abandoning your newborn child? Didn't you think about us after you left us?
I didn't think about that. I was just going to pretend you didn't exist after that.
Are you serious? Can't believe how cold you would be to us.
But that's how much I love him.
Whatever. I don't have any feelings for someone who would abandon us in such a calculating way. Let's just divorce and be done with it. But I'll be suing you for emotional damages, and you'll be paying me child support.
Why would I pay you child support? It's fathers who pay child support.
What are you talking about? Child support is what the parent with custody gets. Gender doesn't matter.
Really?
Of course. Isn't it obvious?
But I didn't know that.
You didn't even know that. Oh, whatever. I'm too tired to be angry or surprised anymore. But just know that I'll be getting that money.
Fine, do what you want. I'm going to be marrying a doctor. On his salary, the lawsuit and the child support won't even matter.
I wonder if it'll be so simple. Life doesn't always go so smoothly.
Are you jealous, John? That's why you're saying such horrible things.
You're calling me horrible after all you did? After you tell us such a stupid lie and try to abandon us?
I just thought you'd be hurt if I told you the truth. That's why I did you a kindness.
What kindness? What you did isn't called kindness. Your morals are way off.
Enough. Anyway, I'm leaving you. That's why I tried to show you one last kindness. John, help me. I'm sorry for everything I did. Please, forgive me.
What is it? It's late. I thought I could finally sleep now that Sophie's sleeping.
I apologize for everything I've done. So can you call off the lawsuit?
Huh? Why? I don't want to.
I don't have the money.
You're getting married to that doctor, right? Yesterday you said you don't care what I did, right? It won't even matter on his salary, you said.
But we're not getting married now.
Oh? Why's that? Didn't you leave me to get married to him?
The hospitals found out about the forged diagnosis papers. So he said that we need to stop the affair so he can keep his job.
Oh no, poor you. I guess he left you.
He hasn't left me. I pulled back to save his career.
Nope, sounds to me like he ditched you.
No, that's not it. Anyway, I've got no money, so I won't be able to afford the lawsuit and the child support. So please, back down.
Nope.
Why?
Raising a child as a single parent is tough. The more money I have, the better. Don't think I'll let you get off for free after cheating on me and abandoning us.
Then I've got an idea. Let's forget about the divorce.
Come again?
Then it'll be back to normal for us. If I help with raising the baby, you won't need child support.
Come on. Quit joking. You can't just come back from what you did. I won't even let you into the house.
Why not? Aren't you struggling with me gone? It's better for Sophie if her mother is around. It's bad for her to be raised by a single parent. I'm sure she'll be miserable with just her dad raising her.
I'm sure it'll be tough. But it's 100 times better than having an irresponsible mother like you around. I was doing most of the housework before the divorce anyway. Our lives won't really change all that much when you're gone.
That's not true. While you were at work, I looked after Sophie and did all of the housework.
To phrase it another way, I did everything when I was at home. And my parents were looking after Sophie most of the time. You were just sleeping. I did all the cleaning, laundry, and the cooking, too.
I couldn't help it. I was unwell.
Ugh. Knowing what I know now, you feeling ill back then is pretty suspect. I bet you were making that up so you could go see your affair partner.
That wasn't a lie. I really was unwell.
No, I can't trust you. I'm not sure I can trust anything about you. Not that it matters now anyway. Either way, you being around isn't really going to lighten my load.
Look, just give me one more chance. I'll show you that I've changed, and I'll be a good mother. I promise.
I don't care about you anymore. Like you said to me, Alice, I should just forget about you and enjoy the next stage of my life. Goodbye.
Don't ignore me. How can you have this attitude towards your wife when she's in trouble?
It's just karma for what you tried to do to us. Don't you try to play the victim. I'll forget about you. I won't tell Sophie about you. It'll be better for her that way. After that, as I thought, Alice's affair partner left her. Looks like he abandoned Alice to save his own skin. But there was no way he could keep the affair and forged paper secret, so he was fired anyway. I decided to kick him while he was down, so I sued him for a large sum of money for emotional damages. I didn't think it was fair for just the affair partner to get away. Alice was left all alone. She didn't have a job or any money, so she went crying to her parents. But her parents heard from me about what she did, so they turned her away. Alice went to all her friends and relatives begging for money, but nobody wanted to know. Seems like everyone ignored her. I can't help but feel like it was karma at play. I'm raising Sophie as a single parent now, with the support of my parents. Life is full of struggles, but seeing Sophie's face gives me strength. I can't believe Alice would abandon such an adorable baby. I want to raise her with enough love for 2 parents.